All right. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but no one showed up. No one wanted to come on Collector Club tonight. I have no books prepared. So, no show tonight. We're just going to turn it off. We're going to try for next week. Maybe the homies will come through, but sorry if anybody was looking for some cool books tonight. Like I said, um, they just didn't show up. But I fooled you. Haha. We got some people. All right, here we go.
Hi everybody.
We got
How
Matt.
you doing, Biggie?
I'm good, man. Can always have faith in Matt showing up, Got Big Bleeker.
Come on, boys.
Hey, Bleak.
Yeah. I had the chat a little worried there. They were like, we're not gonna have a show. What the heck? Oh, we got TM.
I'm here to see some bangers because this is the only Friday night show that you can see comics you'll never see anywhere else on YouTube is right freaking here.
Nowhere. That's right, man. I'm very, very I live vicariously through my pals, so Stepper.
Good
Thank
evening,
you.
everyone.
Thank you for your company. I really appreciate it. You'll get to show more than one book like that, Scoundrel Allen, on my channel, trust me. It's ridiculous. One book. All right. What's up, Doc?
How you guys doing? Good to see y'all.
Good. All right. Well, I don't know what to do. I said what we're gonna do is we're just gonna play it cool. I don't really want to show none. I ain't seen Doc in a while. I ain't seen Steppo like do their thing. If any of y'all want to show some books, at about the half-hour mark, if we feel spry, if enough of people will hop in the chat, we might actually get a battle of Banger Universal. But it's kind of up to the way we're feeling, So let's start off with Stepper because I mean, shit, you got shortchanged on Allen's earlier. Hopefully, Allen will come in and we can bash him for only
And chastise him severely.
Yeah, let's start off this way.
That'll make
All
him
right.
It's ridiculous.
I have some a friend of mine is a sort of, I won't say he's an itinerant comic guy, but what he'll do is he travels the coast and across the country, and he hits all the little stores and he buys a bunch of stuff, and he's very capable at conventions and stuff like that. And I hadn't seen him for a while, so he hit town, and so he had some books that I decided I thought were pretty cool, so I will.
Are you talking about Ron Con or is it a different guy?
It's a Ron Con.
Ron Con, baby.
I will show you a couple from the Ron Con that I got. These were file copies. It's not. I don't collect this character very much, but they were perfect. So here is a file copy of Bozo the Clown.
Oh wow.
They're just breathtaking.
Oh, Legend loves Bozo, man. Oh yeah.
And this is a 15-cent. This is a 15-cent variant. This one's earlier than the other one, because Dell was at 15 cents for the longest time. Then they finally went to 12, and then they went back up to 15. So these came from my comic shop, and I have posted most of these already on my Instagram, Collecto6. But here is a Susie number 58 with a very Ann Southern looking gal, having her look like Ann Southern.
She is beautiful. Holy smokes. Who was the artist on that cover?
That was Don Gardino.
Excellent.
It's Fagley.
Al Fagley.
Oh, there's Alan.
Mm-hmm.
I hear Alan.
Yeah, I'm here, right there.
Thank you, Alan.
You yourself, and you're here. I looked for this book for about 3 years, and finally one showed up. And of all places, it showed up on Robo Picto Comics.
Mm. I'm getting
and so
that
it's just
a month.
It's sort of wherever you find them. But it's a great good girl cover and leggy and red dress and petticoat showing and.
Actually, the reds on the dress are pretty good. Usually it's a bit more faded looking.
This book I also posted. It was very, very interesting. This is Roly Poly number 10. And if you saw, I'm sure that all of you have read and have committed to memory all of my posts on Instagram.
Yes, yes.
But this book was put out by a company called Green Publishing. And I couldn't understand how they could have Archie content inside while Archie was still going on. Well, it develops that MLJ, the L and the J of MLJ started Green Publishing, and they had all these reprints inside these books with brand new covers. So I got that one. And this one I also got just a little while ago. This is issue number 12. And this has a really spectacular image of Betty and Veronica. I don't know if it's Archie or if it's Pop from the chocolate shop, but there's an A over his head on the fan, and it isn't Jughead or Reggie or anybody else, but it's a very racial stereotype guy fanning him, the Sultan.
To
That's
be
a
fair, we
great
don't know
red
what
copy. Wow.
we don't know what Pop Tate's real name is. It could be Alan.
Maybe he's Sultan Pop. But Betty just, and when I was looking at this, in the interior of this is the Black Hood and Susie are the two inside stories that are, and then there's some.
For some reason, that reminds me of the Betty Page, Dave Stevens, almost like just her.
Yeah,
I'm on the
I'm
right
with,
specifically and the left.
but
Yeah.
I don't know who the artist. It's not credited who the artist was on this. But I saw the blonde, and when I looked at it, I said, well, the inside is MLJ as Archie, so I don't care if it's Betty or not. I'm going to say it's Betty. But then I looked closer, and I saw there's Veronica. So it's a very odd thing, and these are actually quite rare. So there's that.
I've never seen it. That's amazing.
And then this one was in there. This was another My Comic Shop, and it was not expensive, but it's one of Patsy and her pals. And this has the Star and Bar Dieta Borning code that no one would do. Gaines wanted to have a code to protect himself. So he got a hold of all these guys. He said, we got to have a code. They said, okay. And they were already trying to cover themselves with these doctors and theologians and teachers and all this, and Jack Dempsey and Gene Tunney and all these guys as the advisory board to show that comic books were wholesome. And so he got together and they had this Star and Bar thing, and basically everything that made Gaines good and what he liked, they all said, we got to get rid of all that stuff. He says, screw you, when he left. And that was the end of that. So, but this is just sort of a fun one, and this is a Morris Weiss cover, and then Big Lyle turned me on to this. He said he saw it, and I had collected. I liked the Spirit in the Good Girl ones, the 3. And I think I just showed this, but this is issue number 22, and this is the quite rare Canadian edition that is about a third again larger than the regular book, or maybe 20%, 25% bigger. So you have a much larger image of the gal, and I think it's really quite nice. And you see it says CDL, which is Canadian, and then Can Ed. Canadian edition, so there's no doubt about it. It's a Canadian edition, and I'm going to show this because I can, and Alan can't stop me. I think there are 3 of these, and this is one, and I bought this from Yaniv, and it is Flash Comics, but it is the newspaper section of a newspaper, and it is of the Black Dwarf cover. There is an American version of this. This one was printed at the bottom. The way it is this is how they came. The pages are supple, and the interior stories are just a mishmash of stuff. But the cover was so cool, and there's only 3 of them, so it's a real oddity. Isn't that cool?
Are you sure that it was a newspaper insert?
Yeah, because I actually took pictures of the inside of it, and it says right across the top. I can tell you what it says. I will tell you if you give me just a second. I'll fire this up, and then I will tell you. The other things I have to show, I've been putting some books into top loaders because I tend to want to show them, or they are of interest. So here I bought the Batman first prints when they first came out for cover, and I bought a couple of them because I figured, might as well get 2 just in case something happens. So I have these, and these have gone up a certain amount of value.
You got a hot book?
These are going to be gone, Steppo. Don't worry. You're going to be a gazillionaire now that you have those 2 books.
Your,
Those are
your retirement is secure.
Lyle sent me one as an AOK, the first print.
This is the New York City Comic Con Akira copy.
That was a nice one. Yeah.
That's a back cover or front cover?
This is the front cover.
For some reason, it reminds me of a back cover.
What they have on this now, they've reprinted this, and it has the color scheme is different on the cover, but it is the I think it's because of the sickle and the Akira. It has the red writing down there.
Yeah.
I wish they wouldn't do that in a way. It kind of devalues the first printings.
Well, what can you do? You can't get them to stop.
Hmm.
Here's the dork ash can.
Oh my God, stuff! You're always showing your dork off.
I know, and I'm sorry, and it's undersized too. Oh, I'm sorry. So anyway,
He pulls
That
out
is the undersized one. That's funny.
and then I bought this one from Callie, and then he also included the book, but I also bought this signed copy of the ash can from what's his name?
Brett.
Beckerman.
Beckerman. Mr. Beckerman, Mike Becker. I bought it from him because he's hooked up with all these people. They all seem to know him and like him. They must not know him very well. And here, this is the artist proof copy of this Peach Momoko cover, which has quite a bit of Sveta Shabina look to it, to me. But this is not a numbered issue. This is an artist proof copy. And I have a signed artist proof copy as well.
Very cool.
Getting
I like
called-
her looking over her shoulder.
getting called
This
out on
is-
your FOMO, Steppo. So you're getting called out on your FOMO.
I'm getting called
It
out.
looks like a Tim.
Yeah, he says lots of FOMO buys.
This is a recent Bruce Timm, which I just think is a great one.
Oh, that is
Where
really
did we see that, Steven? Because I picked it up the same time you did. Was it Chunko that showed it, or who showed that book?
I can't remember who it was that showed
It
it.
was Chonko. I think it was.
I think it was Chunko.
I
That,
bought
that,
it the same time. We
It
both
looks
bought
like a chunk. Oh, it looks like a chunk. Oh, jeez, the piece.
and then I bought this, and then I formalized it with a slab of it as well, because it's of the value. This is really a beautiful. This is a candidate to be slabbed as well. And so I've been sort of going through various books that I have. I've formalized this with a slab, but I wanted to have one I could just sort of show. And then I have this on the other side.
Hey, she is. I didn't know you had that, Stephen. Very nice.
And then I have, this is a double Mark Jeweler insert copy of Thongar.
Wow.
Mark Jeweler. They wave it. It's so rare. I've got 30 issues here of Mark Jewelers. They're all $10 a piece.
You can only
And
get.
this
you
is
can only
the
get
Mark Jeweler.
You can only get 2 inserts. What? Come on, man. You can do better than that. You need 3.
This is a Mark Jeweler, The First Jubilee, which evidently is quite a rare book. Said the seller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The seller was convinced it was one of the rarest books you're ever going to see.
What is
There
that?
is.
It is, man. And you know what? If you ever get an ASM 300 Mark Jeweler, there's not one known to exist. So if you
Oh,
find
wow.
that-
Oh wow.
yet there is an ASM 299 that was recently on auction.
Really?
This one just has an unbelievable color strike on it,
That is great.
Yeah.
Yes.
but it's a double cover.
Oh.
Oh, even better.
Well, take one off and send me one of the covers.
Okay, I'll shred it. I'll drop that in the mail. Here is Uncanny X-Men 129, which is the Knights of Hellfire, signed by Chris Claremont.
How can you tell?
Wow.
What a scrawl! You know, at least he doesn't do this ridiculous signature across the characters. So I give thanks for small favors, but the signature is a
He
screw
just throws
job.
the trade dress every time he signs a book. You're like, rah! Just right over the trade dress like an animal.
Hmm.
Understand that it's what I am.
How do you verify that? You just go, okay, it looks like a scribble. It's
Yes.
I this actually I don't have a COA on it, but I know that it's Claremont because if you've
yeah, we
seen
don't worry about that. We trust.
oh yeah, having seen it, you know. I love this copy.
Ooh, I've never had that. I love that. I love all. Is there 4 of them? Right? There's 4.
It's four or
This-
5.
Yeah, this one was
Freaking
evidently
Mummy
not
Frankenstein.
really part of it, but was inducted into that group that they did.
That's beautiful.
Werewolf Mummy. So 5.
I'll trade you a Dracula. I have 2 of those.
I actually have the Dracula that's done by L.B. Cole.
Yeah.
Is
And that
done
was
by
Biggie
L.B. Cole?
Shack turned me onto that, and I went out and Susan loved it, so I bought her a copy, and then Biggie sold his. Then he managed to get another copy of it.
Well, he didn't sell his. He actually AOK'd it to me, I think, Biggie. Or did
Oh,
sell
he
it?
did. Okay, it was a nice copy too, as I
Yeah, I
remember.
know. I have, and then literally, I got that from Biggie. Sorry to interrupt. And 3 days later, at my comic shop, he had one raw. And I was like, "Oh, I'll get another one." Shit.
Alan follows L.B. Cole's stuff very religiously, and he was totally
I didn't know that it was-
surprised by that.
I didn't know it was LB Cole. I had no idea. Wow.
Yeah, it's weird that it's an LB Cole.
And the fact that he did that painting for a cover is amazing to me. But Alan, I think that he actually painted some of those Junior Classics Illustrated,
Yes,
didn't he?
He did. Yep. Yeah, he did.
So he does have the capability, but I mean, it's like, but he basically made his money by doing it for kids' books rather than for, more standard stuff. Of course, he was busy making the covers anyway. I got this one from Trollfire.
I remember. I think I was there when you got that.
I think you were there, yeah. And it's just it's a very nice copy of it.
He has good. His comics are good.
He has good comics.
If you get something from Trollfire, you're getting a good book. He's going to tell you exactly. He's going to underdo it, and you're going to get something better than he's actually projected.
Yeah, he always does. He has a good eye for color, and that, of course, is my pet thing. This book I purchased this from Val Petrocelli up in Canada. He had bought it from Heritage, and it had 1.5 feet in the grave. It was brown. It was tattered. Had a huge spine roll, and I gave it to Matt Taylor of Astonishing. It took him a long time, but he righted the ship. It cleaned up beautifully.
Wow,
Oh,
that's amazing. I've never seen it.
Beautiful
that
desk commercial.
That's
And
exciting.
he what he did was he took pictures that when he did the first sweep of the wash of it to get the crud off of it, it looked like a cup of black coffee. Was how much dirt he got off of this.
It's a good thing she's falling in the water, but she has some flotation device there.
She has a flotation device, and the flotation device is not the old man that's behind her. But this is number 11, Exciting 11, which is the third appearance of the Black Terror in Exciting.
Nice.
And the last one I show, at least of this jazz, one of the most notorious pedigrees and a dark day in American history was the Okajima collection. And this is one of the Okajima copies right here.
Ooh.
And that's when they were in the war.
And this is when they were in the camp. And you can tell because, first of all, the script, the way it was dated, that it's the same. And then up in the corner, you see where it says 4K. That is a code that they use for month and month and week and month, so that you would know. And there was a gal, Karen's Pages, who doped this whole thing out, had a register, and was able to. I have another one that's an Okajima. I have a Big Shot that's an Okajima that I had slabbed.
They're known for really good page quality, if I recall, right?
They are very nice page quality.
Yeah.
She
So
hasn't
those-
done a video since that one. It's kind of sad.
No, I
She was-
think her channel's still there. Even I think she got rid of her channel.
I don't know. I was very concerned for her because when she was talking about that she was going to change the history because it was thought that a different Okajima was the one, Jean or Betty Okajima or whatever, but she had left, and they were still books that were after she left were coming out. So it turns out that it was George and Betty, not Betty, George, and it'll come to me, but
yeah, some girl. Yeah.
she and he collected together in the camp, and they were there for the duration of the war. And the thing that was so sad about that was that they were swept up into this problem that they had to contend with the powers that be that had this. Here is the actual notice where they were instructed to show up with just luggage and what they could carry,
Wow.
no personal belongings of any sort.
Oh, that's crazy.
And
That's a cool piece of
this
history.
was the broadside that they put up, informing them that they were supposed to to deliver themselves, present themselves, to basically be put into be incarcerated for the duration of the war. And the places were not even built at the time. They were still trying to put them together. The indignities that they suffered as Americans was truly terrible. So anyway, but this one here, and they said the Civil Control Station. That's the euphemism they had to pick them up. The Civil Control Station is equipped to assist the Japanese population affected by this evacuation in the following ways: give advice and instructions on the evacuation, provide services with respect to the management, leasing, sale, storage, or other disposition of most kinds of property such as real estate, business, professional equipment, household goods, boats, automobiles, and livestock, which is a goddamn lie, because what they did was that they basically were the banks came in and they closed them down, and other people bought all of the stuff up cheap. It was really, it sucked badly. And my breakfast cook at the Imperial Hotel, she and her mother had, and she was Japanese American, as was her mother. They had a flower shop here in Portland, and they were taken, and of course their business. They had a very good business. They were making a living, and they were surviving. I mean, they were doing well, and that whole thing just completely collapsed because they were basically incarcerated. And one of the things that we would talk about, because when I found out about this, and I am a student of the war and what happened, and I felt so terrible about it, she said that the reparations that finally Ronald Reagan got for these poor people that truly deserved for what was taken from them. She always told me as this thing was moving down the ways that she said, I hope that my mother lives long enough so that she can get the monies that were due her. And she said, and of course I will too. She was a young girl when she was basically taken, when they were taken. And unfortunately, her mother died before the monies could actually be distributed to her. But Grace did get hers. And she said, Mom just wanted to take the money and then give it to the children and just make sure that they remembered what happened. So it's a personal thing to me about this, because she was a ace cook and one of the nicest people I knew in the hotel business. For our family hotel, she worked in the kitchen. So that's what I have.
Cool.
The same thing happened in Canada,
Fantastic.
British
Let's
Columbia.
try Dachshund out.
All right. Well, Stepo showed some stuff that I had to pull out some other things as well, just to. And someone in the chat was interested in some graded pulps, so I was going to potentially sequential art overlord. So I have only a few, so I thought I'd show some of those. And Biggie's had a little bit of a tumescence about
How revolting!
LB Cole recently, so I thought I'd help him out.
A tumescence? Ew!
Sorry for the imagery. But here's a Wings. I only have one Wings copy,
Oh wow,
and this is
very high grade.
1946. It's a 9.8, so it's actually higher than the Mile High, which is a rarity.
Wow, look at the color. Look
Yeah.
at the colors on that cover.
It's a the Wings copies are all just so cool. Fighting good girl art a lot of the time.
I like the good girl art ones.
Yeah,
The Bob
good girl
Livers
ones are
covers.
definitely the bigger ones. But as I'm not as knowledgeable in World War II as Stepo, but I'm a fan of it, and and do like any good war cover is always a good cover for me. And I do happen to have an Okajima copy too, so I thought I'd show my one.
Very nice. Look at the colors on that. Look at the
Yep.
color strike
And
on that.
in this one, it actually has written on it Okajima Camp copy on the
Yes.
book.
Yes.
And it's a white pager. This is headline number 7. I just missed out getting the headline 8 Okajima copy. No, I wish.
What is the code number in the N down on the lower right side? Is it 2K? What is it? L? What is it?
It's L2544 is what I think. I think I know what you're talking about. Can you see it, Step? Is it the thing written?
Yeah, 2B. 2B.
Okay,
So-
2B. Oh, so
yeah,
you're talking
okay,
about
so
the one right here.
Is that the commissary or is that what is that? The 2B?
The basically they have the date. You see, it has 16/5/44.
All right.
Mine also is from 44. Mine is 7/25 of 44, but it's the
Gotcha.
exact same handwriting that's across the top there,
Oh, cool.
because that was the PX that it came out of, and then they signed it. The Okajimas signed that. I mean, and the handwriting of the guy and the girl are somewhat different. The girl's handwriting is a little bit more flowery, but so the guy's is still very good too. That's a great copy. Well done.
Yeah, thank you. And you showed Roly Poly. I only have one Roly Poly, and I love showing it when I find it.
Oh, that's the one
That's the
too,
book
isn't
I've been
it?
trying to get for a long time.
The poor lady with the head on the spike and the blimey, it's a head on a spike. The English dude. It's just, it's
What
not as colorful.
do we
you
know
ever
who
follow
the
that book,
cover artist
I know
is?
somebody will buy it.
Paul Raymond.
Paul Raymond.
Cover Paul Raymond.
Paul
Yeah,
Reinman.
yeah.
Paul Reinman. REINMAN. Reinman.
Reinman. That's
Okay,
Reinman.
fair enough. Yeah.
Very nice. You know that one just sold on Comic Connect. Pedigree copy.
Yeah, I think I've seen a few. You never see that book, and then suddenly
Yeah.
you see a few. Now, Sequential asked me about graded pulps. I mostly have graded pulps, but I do have one ungraded one, which I know.
Beautiful copy.
Nice.
This is a very beautiful copy, easily, unrestored, 60 at
Wow.
least, and this was an A-OK from my friend Something Wong, so pretty
Wow.
really
Something
nice.
wrong. I love that name.
So I owe him. I've given him A-OKs, but then he had to really knock the shit out of me with this one, and I'm still way behind.
That is a beautiful book. That
And
is
I
one of the
opened it,
nicest
and I-
looking. That's one of the nicest copies I've seen. Did you have any work? You can't really do much work on pulps, though.
It's trimmed, but trimmed is not considered restored. For
No.
pulps. And,
It's noted, but it's not.
right. That's
It isn't the.
Looking
It
through,
doesn't
I
give you a
actually
purple
looked through
label.
It doesn't look restored, and it is good page quality for 1927. It's pretty crazy.
Amazing. That's 100 years old next year. Holy
Yeah.
crap.
Pretty
First
crazy.
appearance of Buck Rogers, but
First
that's
Buck
not him
Rogers
on the
story
cover.
inside. Yep.
Yeah, it's not him on the cover.
But Something Wrong. He's a funny guy.
Pulp for sure, without a doubt.
Hmm.
I love H.P. Lovecraft, so I try to get the H.P. Lovecraft covers. So
Hmm.
here's one that's H.P. Lovecraft.
Nice.
Wow.
And let's see here. Here's a graded one. So Astounding Story 67, H.P. Lovecraft cover.
Unusual cover.
Who's
those are-
chopping wood?
Those are classic H.P. Lovecraft monsters. And this is Shadows Out of Time by H.P. Lovecraft from 1936. Here is a non-H.P. Lovecraft, but it's I think, Alan, I think you have this. First pulp cover by Alex Schoenberg.
That's the
I
baby.
have a ungraded copy.
Startling stories. And so all these aliens exhuming dead bodies, I guess. They're all happen to be nice looking lady dead bodies. So
It's interesting that he based Lucky Strike on the back too, Doc.
oh yeah.
Yeah, LSMFT.
My favorite cigarette.
You know, the thing is, he worked for Hugo Gernsback to begin with, and he was doing typewriter manuals. In other words, he would illustrate the manuals for typewriter operation, and they were the most exacting things where he shows the guts of these typewriters, among other things. I mean, he did that. He was that
his
good.
thing, right? He was really a technical artist for real sci-fi and science, not sci-fi, but science and technical magazines. And this was just he was slumming for the pulps in the comics.
Hey, the money's green.
I can't remember, Jonah. Why do we get this again? I think we just like the cover, maybe. The brain.
Well, it's an 8.0 to begin with.
It was less than $100. So we're like, shoot, I'll take that. Yeah. Pulps for a second there, pulps went crazy and then they went down. And so now's a good time to buy.
Yeah,
But, this is from
actually even the graded
1937.
ones really
A
cheaply.
cool brain. I always like the brain in the vat imagery, the whole are we real or are we just all brains in a vat, sort of Descartes. I think, therefore I think I am,
Is that Descartes? Is that
therefore I am, really.
Descartes,
Oh,
yeah.
okay, fair enough. Yeah.
It's really I think, therefore I am. But with the brain in the vat idea, it's like I think, therefore I think I am. Maybe I ain't.
I think that I think.
And here's another Astounding Stories, crazy sci-fi cover. The Golden Horseshoe, and it's just
Who is the artist? Do you know who the artist of the brain and who the artist of this?
H.W. Wesso.
Huh.
And the sci-fi ones are cheap. I mean, the ones with bondage, the detective ones, the doctor about to burn someone or do something crazy, those are the expensive pulps, or the Ku Klux Klan stuff. But the sci-fi is actually pretty affordable. Here's another H.P. Lovecraft. This is actually the first At the Mountains of Madness story, which is a famous H.P. Lovecraft story. And
It
that's
looks like
actually
he's starting to channel his Cthulhu, huh?
Yeah.
That's insane.
What year is that, Doc?
1936.
Now, does it have Army men on the back?
It has
Camel.
Camel, Lucky Strikes and Camel. You know, the real cigarettes for real men. Who needs a filter? I don't even know they had filters back then. Did they? When did filters first appear?
In the
Anybody
20s.
knows me, I like a good
In the
dinosaur.
20s. In the 20s, but most people, only women with
God.
filters at first.
276 pages. How many of these could there be? Can you imagine the stress on the spine for that wrap? And look at the sun. Look at that. That's incredible. That is an amazing survivor.
Yeah,
And a dinosaur with a tank.
yeah, 1942. I got this because it wasn't that expensive and it was a dinosaur. I'm like, oh, it's a dinosaur. And again, it's just a few $100s.
Well, that is a Grant tank. That was the first heavy tank we had. And a lot of those ended up in North Africa that the British took them.
Now, this is a cool book because it also was an Adventure Comics 37, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the original version from 1935, but they basically took this and redid it for Adventure Comics 37, which I bought from Yaniv, and I still have it. But he gave this to me on top of it.
Oh, wow.
Now, that's Fred Gardner, is it not?
Yes. Well, wait a second. No, Ray Dean cover.
Ray Dean. Okay, fair enough. I'm not as familiar with Ray Dean, but Fred Gardner did that kind of stuff too.
When it comes to pulps, I will admit I'm an amateur as to like the artists, and it's something I dabble in very little. And here's my biggest pulp for sure, from 1913, New Story magazine,
Oh wow.
103. This is a second cover appearance of Tarzan.
Wow.
Wow, that's really cool.
That is really rare. There can't be, I mean, what are there, 2 of them? Or is that the only one?
It's the only graded one, but we know some people who have raws. So not as many people have been grading pulps. So
That's really cool.
yeah.
Amazing.
And there was a Tarzan story. So there's the most famous one, which is New Story, All Stories one.
all story.
And that's 1911, I believe.
A very dark, jungly looking cover.
Right. And if you look,
This is bright and you can see him.
right, and he carried a bow and arrow a lot in his first few covers. You'll notice Tarzan actually carried a bow and arrow a lot.
That's a thick slab, Doc. Holy smokes, man.
And it's N.C. Wyeth is the cover artist, and this restoration is glue on spine of cover. That's it. So it's
What a surprise. I mean, otherwise half of that would be gone if they didn't glue it.
It looks great, though. Holy smokes.
Remington UMC shells too.
yeah, it's a cool book. And the first appearance of Tarzan is, it's come
Really
down.
expensive. Yeah.
Pretty expensive book, but
Yeah.
yeah. So those are my pulps. Sequential Art Overlord. Thank you for asking. I always like an excuse to show some pulps. I don't think
That's it for that round.
I've shown some of them to you guys, but that is it's a good opportunity.
There's
Now,
a
here's the pulp.
centaur.
You familiar with
yeah.
this one, Steppo?
I beg your pardon?
You familiar with this one? Amazing Mystery Funnies version 2, number 2. It's a Bill Everett cover from Centaur.
Very cool.
He has like the World War I look. He has the helmet, the Iron
The gas
Cross,
mask, the whole
gas
thing. Yeah.
mask. Great signature by Bill
Yes.
Everett on the gas tank. And it's just I love this book. It's one of my favorite Centaur.
How old was Bill Everett when he did that?
This was this was 1939. I think Bill was in his 20s. He got drafted and actually served sometime in the 40s. So he was a young man. I don't know how old he was exactly, but
Well, wasn't he pretty
he
young?
did some
when
art work. He did some work in the 70s and then he passed away, right? I mean, here's another Bill Everett. This is the one right before it.
Look at the color strike on that. The cover is unmarred.
Actually, I was just reading about Centaur Books today,
Hmm.
and I think it said Will Everett was only 19 when he worked for them.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at the firearm. I mean, the colorist did all of that.
Yeah.
What year is that? What year is
This
this?
is 1939 March.
Oh, okay, they didn't have the Garand at that point as yet, but that's a wonderful approximation. It's interesting they have a bayonet on the end of it too,
Yeah.
And,
and
he
that's
has
an,
his
and the bayonet that's on the end of that is from a 1903 Springfield because it has
Nice.
the eagle's head pommel on the back of it.
Oh, nice. And again, the guy's has the Iron Cross on his chest, so I think it's a continuation on. This is before the one I just showed. So
Knights
it
Templar.
is. Let's see. Oh, this is my favorite. One of my favorite Doctor covers. This is changing gears a little bit, but Mystic Comics version 2, number 2.
Oh, weird.
It's a angel cover.
Angel cover,
It's
yeah.
timely. And you got this Nazi skeleton. I'll call him a doctor. The huge syringe,
Wow.
bondage cover.
Syringe is bigger than the woman.
I know the dude is one big skeleton, man. You got the
Wow, that's really crazy.
multiple gas tanks and
That
and-
looks to be Schomburg to me. Is that Schomburg?
yeah. It's Sid Shores actually.
Okay, Shores. Okay,
I thought
and what
so
year is
initially
this?
at first, Steppo. I thought so at first, and I remember correcting myself. And when you asked, I had to look real quick because I was. It does look very.
Well, looking
yeah.
at the angel coming in, it's very. And so, what year is this one?
This one is 1944, so it's the version 2, number 2. So you got Mystic with Destroyer up to number 10, and then they redid it so Mystic version 2, number 1, 2, and 3. I think there are only 3 of them.
So this is 44,
Yeah, 1944.
and it's Sid Shores.
Yep.
Very
Well,
cool.
then that must have been just before he was drafted because Shores went over and then got blown up. I believe he was injured badly. I believe it was in the Battle of the Bulge,
Oh, really?
and then he basically convalesced in England. So, but he didn't come back. So that had to be before he was drafted. He got drafted after Al Avison did.
It's possible he did the art before and they were saving
Oh,
it.
your point's well taken. Thank you.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right.
Now, Biggie made a special request to see this one, and I love. This is one of my favorite Hitler covers. Chaz Quinlan, but it's Catman 20.
Oh man, that's a really big book. Wow.
Yeah. The color.
Thank
on
you,
this
Doc.
is
That's my favorite.
That is. You got
Yeah,
Kitty
it's
there, you got Cat,
Nice.
and you got.
I've been eyeing the one that's on my comic shop, but it's so expensive.
I'm such a
Yeah.
goof. I thought it was LB
They're not
Cole,
cheap.
and
I used
Doc
to have a
told me it
restored
was-
one that was also
Okay.
beautiful, but this
Ain't
one.
that, ain't that the same artist that Steppo just got a book?
Yes, it is.
Charles
Yeah.
Quinlan, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Chaz
Quinlan did some great Catman covers, but so did LB Cole. I know.
And
Big
Schomburg did one too.
Yeah. Because Continental, the various different names that they had a whole bunch of different names. They had a lot of irons in the fire for who was actually in charge. Whoever had money got to get their name on it, basically.
Now I had to show some LB Coles here since
I've been
Biggie-
trying to get that one too. That's another one I've been trying.
7-0.
Good.
Beautiful book.
Did you get that
Yeah.
from Yaniv?
I actually had a 6.0 and I traded. Was it a 6.0? I had a 6.0 and I traded up. I traded Yanni plus some cash for this
What
one.
up, Jonah?
Yeah. Jonah keeps me in line. He has it all in his head, man. My
yeah.
brain's getting old. It just falls out. The information goes in
Don't you're a young man. Don't say that to me.
But yeah, this is a great cover, and there's a English version that's pretty cool too. The English version, unfortunately, does not have the Green Lady. It has him fighting the
Oh, they
The
cropped it
and it
closer and
has
then
a-
blew it up. Yeah.
yeah, and they have no word bubble, so the art is more open. But with that, if they had the woman, I think the English version would be top notch.
I like that cover for the Green Woman. So
Wow.
Yeah.
Here we go. Wow.
Yep, Contact is another very popular LB Cole. He really loved sci-fi, and when he got more power on what he could do towards the end of,
Well, these were both the last ones. Captain Arrow 26
Right.
is sci-fi, and it was
Yeah,
the last
well-
issue.
Right.
That's the last issue of Contact, isn't it?
that's
yes,
right.
it is.
That's right.
So they
That's
couldn't
it.
fire him because it was the last
That's
issue. He
right.
says,
And
"This
I
is what you
believe that
get."
was the whole idea, because prior to that, he was doing mostly war stuff, and so he did some cool sci-fi. This sort of reminds me of I don't know, Future World type of Futurama type of, it's just a little cartoony, but the colors are so great.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
You don't disparage Futurama like that, though.
Here's another one that's people love.
Wow. Nice.
And you got the robot alien hiding in the bushes there. These guys coming through. I love this one. This is one of my favorite.
And you have
That
to
is a
think
beauty.
the amount of work the colorists had to do back then when they were picking the, like the B3s or the N whatever.
I have to ask Steppo this because I've wondered about this, and I probably could have just researched it and figured it out myself. But why the internet's too easy, so I just ruminate on it instead of actually finding the answer. But since now L.B. Cole's known for his covers, so he did his own coloring, I'm assuming, or did he just direct the coloring of how he wanted? Because a lot of artists just did the art and the color was done by somebody else. So how did that work with L.B. Cole? Do you know?
My understanding was that he did the coloring.
Yeah, he did his own color.
Because if you look at all the star covers he did, he was responsible for those covers, and he was trying to make money, and he was selling reprints to keep the ship afloat.
Right.
So my guess, what I've heard is he did the coloring.
Right. And he got a lot of his influence because he did cigar labels early on before comics. He worked for art doing that. Now here's a Davis. I believe this is the Crippen copy of this one. So this is a nice Captain Arrow LB Cole.
I have a book from that pedigree.
You do?
It's just not slabbed, but
and since not technically an LB Cole cover, but he most certainly did the coloring,
You picked up a sense.
So Schomburg cover, LB Cole coloring.
wow.
May I say that the quality of the cover on your copy compared to the one that Jordan Seymour is in the process of selling, the Jordan's copy has basically the entire perimeter of the cover that is gone, and he has a price of $75,000 or $77,000.
By the way,
Right.
And Ali, I think, was it Ali's comics or was it Ali's book? And
Right.
he's losing money at the price he is selling it for, or trying to sell it for.
Right. And I will say, Jordan's copy has a little better coloring, but the border is messed up and the pages are brittle. This is cream to off-white, so the pages, it's a little, all told.
together.
But the colors on here, the reason why the owner of this, who was Pete Monster, sold it is he loves a color strike like you, Steppo, and I think even though it's such a big book, I think over many years it just bothered him that it was not quite as popping as a lot of the higher grade copies. But to me, this is one of those.
It looks so good. I couldn't, but I have to say that for the amount of money that it would take for me to trade to try to get into one of those,
yeah,
I'm sort of aiming in a little bit different directions because that's like a Detective 31 or a Cap 1. I mean, maybe even more.
Now this guy's coloring reminds me of LB Cole a little, and it's sort of like a cross between a pulp and a comic. And this is a Frank Paul cover. So the same guy did Marvel Comics 1.
Why is that one always so expensive?
It's
seen
just
it
hard to get, and it's a cool sci-fi cover.
It's a number one, and our Frank Paul was one of the best science fiction artists there was.
Yeah.
And he had a following, and he still has a following. But you look at this, it's so surreal what he's done, and he figured this out really early. What year is this one, Doc?
This is 1940, April.
It's the composition and the imagination that he had to do this.
It's just a trip. And one of those
it's surreal.
Falling over. You got these guys getting stuck in a bubble. You got the Earth surrounding some red ring.
Field or something.
These aliens are just whack. They're great.
I love the names of the different characters. I think you had one that Hip Knox, who was a
Hypnox,
hypnotist.
Mighty Powers, Buzz Allen.
No, but Hypnox. What I'm trying to get at, Hypnox is a hypnotist, is he not?
That's what you
I'm
just
not
said.
sure. Now, the other problem
Well, if
with
he
that
isn't,
book,
he should be.
Alan, another problem with that book is they're almost always in magazine cases. So if you can get it in a regular size case, that's a big deal.
Oh, okay.
And my last one I'll show for this moment. I have other books to show, but Biggie, I was just pulling out my LB Cole for you, man. Blue Bolt.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
I mean the color.
Yeah, and I don't think there'll be any battles, Doc. So we'll just be casual tonight.
Pull that out. Oh, I got to show something right now. I
Yeah,
totally
do
forgot
that.
about this. Yeah, Jonah's grabbing it. I bought some art. I never buy art. I bought some art, and I can't take it out of this bag, but I'm gonna. So it's
Oh.
a print. Frank Frazetta print, but the print is remarked. So that is Frank Frazetta
Wow.
sketch
Oh, wow.
on the print.
What the hell? You got a Frank Frazetta remark?
Yep. So that's his sketch, and that's his signature there. So he did a sketch in pen on this print. So
Very nice sketch.
it's hard as hell to get Frank Frazetta art, and this was a bargain in my opinion, because if this was a lone sketch, I think it would have been twice as much. But it's part of this print, which is the cat lady, which is a cool cover itself.
Absolutely spectacular.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yo,
So,
congrats, man. That looks
I'm
cool,
gonna
too.
get this framed at some point. Right now, it's still in the board that Heritage sent me.
Wow.
All right. Well, shit, that was something.
I forgot about
Don't
that.
you have anything good? Hey, Alan, this
Oh, hold
is this is what the can I even make it show? No, but
Scooter?
this is the first page of the scooter is the first page of that Flash thing that I had. Flash comic section from September 11th, 1948.
Goodness.
So
didn't believe
September
it, there it
11th,
is.
September 11th of 1948 was when that Flash came out.
And
And
it
it's
was
this,
like,
and it's the Flash comic section is what it says. See?
of what? Of Flash comic section of what?
It is the Flash comic section to a newspaper of some sort out of Canada.
You remember the comic he was talking about earlier with the cover with the newspaper
Yeah.
on it? Alan?
Would have been probably the Toronto Star.
My guess would be
All right. Alan, my friend, you're the three-headed monster tonight. So you got anything you would like to share?
I have this really, really rare book. It's not art. It's not from MLJ or Archie Comics, but it has like Archie characters on it. I'm not sure if you've ever seen it before.
I've never seen that book before. Now I've seen two beautiful copies. That's crazy.
Okay.
But I don't know which one has a better color strike, Steppo. He might have. I don't know.
Guys. Okay.
I think Alan's he's got me beat.
He might. I mean, and yours was freaking spectacular.
And then we got Gem Comics. It's just a crazy cover.
She's truly outrageous.
Yeah.
She is.
A woman tied up. I would never have expected that of you, Alan.
Well, yeah. You never I'm not that kind of guy. But yeah, we got this one. I feel goes like I always put this one and Roly Poly in the same box because I feel like they kind of go together. The girl and this is kind of like a running gag, the who cares thing. It's like you see it on a lot of covers actually.
Yeah, they're distracting them damsels.
Yeah. And this one is a very interesting one. This is Miss Victory number 3. And it looks like a coverless copy, but this is actually the cover. And it's actually her first cover appearance.
Is that from a newspaper?
No, this
That's
is just how they
weird
printed
that it would be like that. But
Yeah, it's just weird
Cool,
how
though.
they printed it like that. So it doesn't have like a proper cover. It just has this weird.
Does it have a date on it? Because I see
Nope.
the number, but
Nope.
It's
How would
probably
they
on
know
the
that-
back cover. Don't take it out.
Well, I can take it out. I can take a look. I don't think so, though. One sec here. Oh, tape pull.
No tape pull.
I was joking. I I don't know why, but the printing on the back is upside down.
That
Probably a
happens
tabloid.
sometimes.
Probably maybe they did it like a tabloid.
It's an
But
error variant.
there's no date or anything. I think it's 1943 though. Then we got some L.B. Cole, Indian
Oh,
Warrior.
okay.
Now these ones, a lot of people pick these up and they get the wrong version. This is actually, you'll see that the little star at the top. Sometimes it will say approved. That's the reprint. This is the first printing with L.B. Cole.
Okay. I like that.
Nice.
And we got some Tippy Tea. I just grabbed some random books, so this is a little bit random. Tippy Tea. And this is a classic cover with the
Oh, I had
Oh,
that
wow.
book. That's from Ohio.
yeah,
I think that has something to do with Ohio for some reason.
I'm
If
not
you read
sure.
it,
but just a classic cover.
Let me
yeah,
guess.
I've had that one. That was
1960s?
kind of expensive.
Yeah, this one I paid like it was $25 originally, but I think I paid
It goes a little higher than that. That's cool.
Canadian. So,
I
and
need
then
that.
this is the booty cover,
Oh yeah, a lot of
That's a
cake.
pretty one.
the wartime romances. And then we got some crimes by women.
Never.
Against women too, by the looks of the cover.
Yeah, it's like, what's going on there? Oh, well, she's the police officer, and then the guard, and she's getting attacked. And then we got some Annie Oakley.
There was an Annie Oakley #1 on auction not too
Oh, yeah?
long ago. I tried to bid on it, but yeah, I
I
got a
have
little
the
out of.
I have the
range.
whole run now, actually,
Yeah.
and some skeleton hand.
That looks like the Yuan T from Dungeons and Dragons.
Or the naggers,
No, but the one you're thinking of don't have arms.
yeah, okay, yeah, that's true.
I'm not gonna say that word you just said because it sounded.
Well,
Wait.
it's that's what they are. Like,
I think it's called.
Ooh.
Oh,
this is
Damn it.
another Catman with Chaz Quinlan art.
hey man, ain't nothing wrong with the cat man. Who did that art? Did you say the same guy?
Charles Quinlan.
Yeah, Charles Quinley.
He always signs it Chaz, so it's Chaz Quinlan.
Damn, what a badass artist, man.
And this one's in really rough shape, but I'm just happy to have it.
Oh yeah,
LB Cole Catman.
Yeah, that looks LB
that's
Cole.
gorgeous.
And you got Kidden in bondage at the bottom.
Biggie,
You know what-
one of
you
your
know
favorite
what-
artists, Kubert, did his first art in a Catman book. One of the early
I saw
Catman.
that. I didn't know that was his first though. Okay.
It was not. It was his first, but it was interior because he was just a young
Yeah,
Right,
that's
buck.
cool.
that's all I have. Oh,
Okay.
and this was a Matt Baker. So that was
Oh yeah.
Cool, yeah. All right,
Biggie,
let's
can you give me another shot at the
No,
bite of
no,
the
I was-
apple? So I actually pulled some books to show.
Stepper, dude. I was just getting ready to say we gotta let the big dog eat, man.
Who's
Roo, roo,
this?
roo, roo. You get him, dog.
This is Yaniv again. This is Superman #1 from South America.
El
Hell yeah.
Superhombre. I love it.
Actually, is this South America? Excuse me, Spain.
I was about to say it's either Spain or Mexico, but Spain and France did their comics sideways, whereas Mexico
Landscape.
had it regular.
Yeah, and I could tell because of the back. It's Atención muchachos, it's Tarzan, el hombre de la fiera, Chihuahua sabrosa. Here is Gibby Menzel.
Now that's Brazilian.
This is Brazilian. Look at the little black kid up at the top. What the hell is that?
That's almost as bad as Little 8 Ball.
Shiny. But look at the back cover.
Whoa.
That's nice.
When I bought it from Yaniv was I said I'd like to buy that. And so then I squoze him until he started crying, which is the point I realized I've reached. It isn't going to get any cheaper. And then he didn't even know what the back cover looked like. And then he turned around. He says, "Damn! If I'd known it looked like that, I would have charged you more." And this is from March of 1944.
That's a great Superman rendition there, man. What do you think,
This-
Matt? I think that'd be a good AOK. For
That was a
Matt.
great. That it looks like it almost looks like they did a trace on George Klein or what's his name? No, the other guy.
George
The one
Reeves.
that did the one
George
that did,
Reeves.
I
no,
don't
no,
know.
no, the one that did the Superman 23 cover, Burnley.
Oh, you're talking about Jack Burnley.
Yeah,
And Sequential Art Overlord has it right. Those Brazilians knew how to put a real bulge on Superman. None of this.
That's because he was uber hombre uber.
Awesome.
This is a 1 of 1 on the census. This is a Canadian, and it is the splash page to, I think it's all top 4 or no, all top 9 or 10 or something, where they have all the skeletons dancing. So this is what they decided to put on the cover.
pretty cool.
And of course, with Canadians, all they want to do is sell pocketbooks or teach you how to dance, because evidently there's some sort of spatial, physical limitations to Canadians of some sort.
We
Oh,
have
so
fun
just
balloons,
dance
too.
with
We have
Just
fun
dance.
balloons.
I'm sorry you do. I'm sorry. But I agree with you that the Fun Balloons is a far better ad.
Mhm.
This is also a Canadian. This is Rucker Publications. And this is a white pager, and this is also another one that is extremely difficult
Oh,
to
we
find.
can- That's a
You're going to get all the versions of that one, Stepo.
Well, I have the other one for this. I just decided to just show this
That's
one,
Mac Raboy, right?
and it's Mac Ray Boy. I say Ray Boy, Raboy.
Raboy.
And but you'll notice that they have coarsened up the fuselage, the image, and they have removed Mac Ray Boy's signature from underneath the machine gun by this finger here. They
Did
took
they
the
add a
signature.
gun? I mean, I don't.
I just love this cover, and then they put this thing up on the top. Illustrated News Review Comics, June of 1946.
That's
And of
great.
course, there they are learning how to dance. Rumba, conga, samba, jitterbug, foxtrot, waltz, and tap dancing.
What about the forbidden dance, the lambada?
De lambata. You know, that was the villain on that too. Was they tried to make him an evil villain and stuff. He had the look, but he just didn't have the chops.
Yeah. Ooh.
This one,
Didn't
has.
Chonko just get that?
He did. Yeah.
Where's the Chonk man?
I don't know. Chonko's busy this week, but he'll be back, man. Congrats to Chonko for having one, but Stepo has one right now. It's freaking
Because I
gorgeous,
won
so.
an AOK from Chonk, and I'm not going to open it without him here. I have the box. Here.
Oh shit! Well, damn it.
Well,
Chonko.
we'll wait. We'll
Fuck
wait
it
till
up.
the Chonk's around.
Wow, he
Yeah,
sent
I'll
you a
tell him that.
dynamic 11. What a
Yeah, I
guy!
wish. I won't say it was an AOK. It was I just won on his live stream when he did the
Oh, he won a.
the
Oh, yeah, that's right. Doc won the
750
prize.
and his slab. I got the one with the raw books.
That's
This was another Yaniv book that I had him crying by the time it was done. Although I still think
Good.
he ended up laughing at the end, driving around in his Lamborghini. I figure he's making money somewhere.
Yeah, he does okay for himself, I think.
He does a little bit of that. This one I just got, and this is I FOMO'd Alan, or Alan FOMO'd me, I should say. And this is Clue Comics Volume 2, Number 2. And this guy
That's such a class. That's one of those under the radar crime, but it's legendary, man. The Iron Torture cover. I love it. Oh, jealous.
Okay.
You see it, Biggie? Those two dudes are
Now let me see. it
ironed
again.
out.
Sorry.
They've been fully oppressed.
Oh,
and he's about ready to put the iron right on the back of
Oh,
Blondie.
oh, it's like a press.
No, he's
Yeah.
got a steam iron.
Yeah, he has a steam iron, and those two dudes lying down have. You
And
can look
they've
on their
been
back,
burned by
they
the
have
steam
big
iron.
old iron burns.
Okay.
Man. It's messed
Okay.
up.
Okay. No, I see it now. Wow.
Lyrical
That is cool.
beauty.
He's the original Iron Man.
Windproof lighter,
why doesn't he
plastic
do that?
cigarette case, cigarette lighter, statuette, wristwatch, candid camera, Genuine. This
It's
is from
amazing how
April of 47.
it's amazing how huge tobacco was in society back then, and now it's like
Oh,
practically.
it's everything. Yeah.
Well, in Europe, they haven't gotten the memo yet. It's Europe is still filled with it. So is South America. They smoke like factories. So is France. Europe
I like
especially.
cigarettes. I don't smoke them. I'm thinking when I hit 75, I'll start smoking. Like by then, it's like, who cares? I got good lungs. I would have,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
it'd take me another 20 years to screw them up.
It's a good idea, Doc.
I don't think it's a good idea.
I don't think that's a great idea. I'm sure Biggie would
It'd
agree.
probably be $100 a pack by then. But that's
a great book, Steppo.
that-
You didn't
show
say
that
nothing
again,
about that one. How
Steppo.
you gonna just show that and not say shit?
Step up. Put that back up. A lot of people call that the poor man's Suspense 3. You got
I
the
think it's
Ku Klux
better. than-
Klaner, you got the dude on the side. You know, it's a little set up a little different for sure.
Well,
I think it's a better cover than Suspense 3.
what's the other one that's the poor man suspense 3 with the Klan
then
and stuff?
Shocking
Shock.
Suspense 6.
That's right. So
Yeah.
this
With
is
the
like
Wally
the,
Wood.
the second. This one's better than that one, though. I say
I think
this
this
one's
is
really
better
good.
than Suspense 3.
Yeah,
Personally.
yeah.
I'm going to disagree.
It ain't
on
better
that.
than
I love
suspense
it,
3, but it's better than the shock.
yeah, I don't
I give
think
it that.
I can't say better.
I had to cough up $800 for this book when I bought it.
No,
Wow.
you did well.
That's a
And I
bargain.
paid mine's like half the grade, or like, and I paid like 10 times almost.
$800 well spent.
Yeah, I think I paid 6,000 for mine.
Wow.
It ended a friendship because I
Oh.
wasn't sure if I was going to take it. He says, I'll take it. But when I bought it, and then I said, I'm sorry, but I mean, it's a Schomburg. You know, I collect Schomburg, and that ended our friendship.
Damn.
Because he wanted you to sell it back to him.
He wanted to buy it, and he thought, and then he had people come in and then argue with the dealer, and it was really unpleasant.
Damn.
And my attorney said, well, he said, that may be so, but you have the book.
Yeah. You don't have to sell it.
Bitter grapes.
Ooh,
Oh, yeah.
that's such a good
Nice.
break.
That's cool,
That's
man.
Such a beautiful book. I don't know what you think, Steppo. I think Will Eisner was very good. I don't think he was one of the best, though, in his overall impact on Golden Age. I mean, I know he has the awards named after him. I'm not sure what the story is with that, but
Well, he had
maybe
a studio
big
as
impact.
well. I mean, he had
He
the Eisner
fostered so many artists.
Eiger House of Art. He was a packager. He had a lot on the ball. But I think that the Spirit was popular, but it was no Superman. It was no Batman. It was no
Right.
Human Torch or
what
Captain
you're
America.
holding to me is
He
the
made a lot of
ultimate
money off the
Eisner.
Spirit from the newspapers.
Yeah, I mean,
That
But
is
this
the best-
this
that is-
particular this is, I think, his masterpiece.
Yes, I
I
agree.
agree.
That's his opus grande for sure.
Yeah.
he fostered a lot of talent in the Golden Age. So
He
I
did
mean,
like people did learn from him and shit like
so
that.
he
But
was
I agree with
behind the
Doc.
scenes and stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I would say that like artistically, he's not on the level of his peers. I mean, he's good, but there's some guys that did 10 of those in my
Yeah.
mind. So
But the thing about it is that this particular cover, the entire thing, the color and the way he drew her face is lightning in a bottle.
it is fire. Yeah, it's really good.
I had a 1.5 of that. And I still miss it. It was a great 1.5.
It's a great book. Yeah, I don't like good books too much. but
There
that
are
one's
some
good.
around. There are some around if you so desire
Oh,
to
yeah.
get one. They're
Oh, yeah.
not super common, but that is issue 20. That's issue 22. You
Yeah.
saw, but the Canadian of this is issue 22. You see?
Right, because the American one is 21 for that, right?
Yeah.
I like Spirit 22 better than Matt Baker's. Honestly, I'd rather have the Spirit 22.
Well, it depends on the baker.
Well, I mean, it depends on what you're looking for. That is the
That's
femme
just me.
fatale.
Yeah, it's
I
not
will
going
say
to add up, but-
that competes with Baker, but if you get Cinderella 25 or
Oh, they're
Seven
huge.
Seas number 4, I mean, I think those are a little better.
You like them better? Okay,
Yeah.
I like the Spirit. That's just me. I don't know.
The name of the character is Skinny. And the story is that that Skinny is the sort of the lieutenant to a woman who is a crime boss, and her name is Dulcet Tone.
Dulcet
Oh.
Tone.
And Dulcet Tone treats her like shit.
Mm.
And so what happens is Skinny says, well, I'm doing all the work and you're getting all the gravy. I'm getting a little tired of this. She says, you just know your place and don't give me trouble and all this other stuff. And they're down on a dock, and she keeps forking Skinny, whereupon Skinny tackles her and shoves her off into the water, into the ocean, off the pier. And she takes the knife and she stabs her to death under the water. And then she comes out, and then the spirit, I think, arrests her or something like that.
She is a
But
femme
that's the
fatale.
story on that one.
Ooh. Jump Daredevil.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Nice book.
Mario.
Do you ever play that game on the top there, Steppo?
Slap the Jap? They don't let me do that no more.
Yeah, they get it.
And it's the second version. Incidentally, when I posted the interior to this book, they have the game, the Slap the Jap game, and I posted it so you can see what the game looked like. Take 5 steps, slap a Jap. Take 6 steps, blow up a Jap. You know, I mean, it was one thing, because this is from 1940. This is June of 42, which means it probably came out in about April of 42. And in April of 42, Pearl was still in very, very bad shape, and our fleet was down, right? This book is from a collection called the Hoarder House Collection, like a hoarder. And these two brothers the parents had this house in 1921. They moved in, and there were two brothers. They never left the house. They never got married. They just lived their entire lives in the house. And what happened was the parents died, and then the elder brother died, and then the youngest brother, who was still alive, is now in a care center somewhere. And he made a deal with his neighbor to basically buy the house. And he said that he sold him the house. He says, and I will split the interior with you, the stuff in the house with you 50-50 or some percentage. The guy said, okay. And the place is just jam-packed, crammed full of stuff. They were hoarders. And so the parents would give the kids an allowance, and they would go up to the newsstand there. It was over in Northeast Portland. And they went up and they would go to the store and they would buy comic books, but they would buy books that their parents did not want them to have, and they hid them from them. So they had these books, and the guy that bought the house, the neighbor that bought the house from the guy that's in the care center, there was a broken water main started leaking water into the basement. And so he went in and he found it, and they turned it off. He said it was getting very close to the books, to some comic books. But then another guy who got this book was in, and the guy was showing him around, showing him all the stuff in his house, and they noticed that there was a hatch up above on the ceiling. And they go, what's that? And they hadn't gone up there. So they basically, because it was covered with all the junk that went up to the ceiling. So they basically climbed up and they opened the hatch, and inside that was a box of books. And this book was in that box because it was the verboten books that they couldn't have, they shouldn't show. And this was one of the verboten books. The guy said also, the guy said, they said they found 130 firearms in the house, and they all sounds like J.D. Vance's family. And then they also they said, if you find any cash in any books or anything, I want the cash. The guy said, okay, fair enough. They found over $13,000 in cash stuffed into various nooks and crannies in the house. So that's the story on this. I have the story back behind here, but it's got Iron Jaws on the back cover.
Biggie, I think Steppo's copies has a much nicer color strike, but I want to put them next to each other just to be sure.
All right, let's try that out. Hold on. Let's
Steppo, your book.
I'm gonna drop everybody so this works out. I'll bring y'all back. All right, here we go. Hold on.
I don't know if you
got
can do that.
All under.
We are?
I think it's very similar. I mean, our grade's almost the same. Wow, it's hard to say.
Well, they're both very nice. I think I have a better camera than you. I think that her dress is a little bit oranger on mine.
Right, it could be.
And I think that the
probably
Daredevil
less
himself is red. The red and blue is a little bit deeper, but I think it may just be the camera.
No, I think you're right though, because looking at it, but yeah, it's a great book. It's a great book.
Can I have just one book that I beat you, Doc? Just one?
Sure. Hey, that Spirit 22 is that one. I've already told you how much I
That's
love
the
that
banger
one.
right there,
I
boys.
used to have 2.0 of that, and it was so faded. This color strike that book is so hard to get in a good color strike in general. Period. It's great. Wow. Quinlan.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, dude. Catman's the 2026 book, man. That might be my grail. Just any Catman issue, I'd be quite happy.
You know, the thing is, my birthday's September 19th, and this says September 19th on it.
Nice. It's your birthday book.
The first thing I did, my eyes went right to it.
That's crazy.
This is from September of 1943, 10 years before I was born. I'm that close to War II.
That's so good.
Isn't that a honey?
That's a doll baby. That is a doll baby. That's so good you could take it out of that slab and flip it like a new book, and you wouldn't have to worry about it.
And I just got this one, so I thought I would show it.
Oh yeah,
That is one of the toughest Bureau books to get.
Bureau is underappreciated, man.
Bureau was sort of sick in the head before it was.
Oh, you think?
Before it
You
was
think?
a thing, though.
You look at all
he
these
was ahead of his
covers.
time. In World War II time, he was doing some sick sort of stuff when other comics weren't quite there, And then the pre-code horror and crime era came, and they caught up.
You know what's great about Bureau too? I'm probably saying it wrong, but I got an 8-book lot of those for like $30. Like it's
Most
very
of them,
much
most
easy
of them
to
are
get.
cheap. Most of them are
Yeah.
cheap. Not that one, but
No, not that one. Hell no.
Congratulations getting that one, Step. I've gone for that a few times, and I'm always feel like it goes for a good amount, so I always back off.
Well, you can pick your battles because the things that you have, certainly this is not out of your grasp. And
Right,
my guess
no
is
doubt.
that at
It's,
some point you'll put a few books together and you'll say, okay, I really want to do it. And you say, my only condition is that it has to be, Yaniv, it has to be a 4.5. That's all I know.
So good.
So
good.
anyway, I just wanted, these are more recent. I mean, the Terrific isn't, but these are some of the more recent ones, but I just wanted, and then the back is this. Choose your prize and Burner Face. And it's the first appearance of Mr. Crime, who is right behind him, egging him on. And he looks like he's having a wonderful time, doesn't he?
He does.
He's enjoying the sight, yeah.
I always found this the titles be down here, The Mystery of Indian Dick. It is a mystery.
Really? Is that his name? Indian
No,
Dick?
down at the
Wow.
bottom.
I
The
see that.
Mystery of
Mystery of
Indian
Indian
Dick.
Wow. Wow.
All right.
It paints,
Fantastic.
it paints a picture,
Steppo has
doesn't it?
Steppo Googles that quite frequently.
How do you know what I Google? Anyway,
All
I
right.
just wanted to show those.
Good job, man.
I'm gonna change.
No battles tonight, Doc. All no holds barred, brother. You do what you want.
I got
you guys show
Pokemon
Pokemon? Oh no.
base set original, man. Blastoise.
That's the original 99, 98,
Yeah, original 99.
something like that. Yeah. Oh, what the hell's going? Oh, your kid. Yeah, Jonah loves it.
Venusaur. PSA.
Are these Jonas?
Are these so these are expensive probably, right?
This is probably worth $16,000. This one right here.
Yeah,
Holy
that's-
shit!
I'm pretty
Charizard,
sure that's
original
expensive.
Charizard, 7.5.
Wow.
Back
I have like
It's
10
the
of those.
most expensive card ever.
So expensive.
Yeah,
Holy
they're-
shit!
of the like regular commercial cards. Yeah, weird cards that are not sold. I was just going to show some of those for fun of it, but let's go to comic books. I don't want.
Are you guys ready for this? This is what we've been waiting on, baby.
Well, I'm in a bronze mood here. Bronze. and
Fuck them
copper.
up, Doc.
Saw this for cheap. Had to get me a little Madam Web. Nothing too crazy.
No.
I think she might come into play. I know that movie sucked, but
Yeah.
after the trailer, I think she's going to be coming in like a future movie.
We're all waiting for Hobgoblin to do something. This is a newsstand 9/8. It's a nice copy.
Tattoos included.
I thought the Madam Web movie wasn't that bad.
Someone was showing some Felicia Hardy, so I thought I'd pull mine out.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh. You got one of those Hudat? I think Hudat might have like a 9.6 or 9.8.
He probably does. Hudak gets the first female appearances, so if Hudak
Yeah, he's
doesn't
good at
have this,
that.
I'll be shocked. I'll be shocked. Gotta pay homage. This is one of my favorite Gil Kane covers, Biggie.
Oh,
Can you
no.
guess what it is? One of my favorite Gil Kane covers.
Your favorite Gil Kane cover? I don't know. Is it it ain't the Beast one? Oh
This
yeah.
got
Oh
Marvel.
yeah.
Oh wow.
I fucking knew that. I knew
love
that.
This. I love this one, man.
Yeah, that is your favorite. You're right.
Just to me, that's a great cover. You know.
Yeah, I should know that.
Mm-mm.
That was in Cape Fear too. For you guys, like there were some covers from Captain Marvel in there.
That's interesting.
First, what's his name? Stick. Yep. First Stick.
That's a good one.
Little,
I
give me
don't
some
know that
Daredevil.
one.
Never heard of it. Never.
First Stick.
Yeah, Stick is Matt Murdock's mentor.
Oh, just a
Oh.
9.8 Electra, no big deal.
I always liked that book.
Yeah, it's a great. You know, how can you know?
I'm more of a bullseye guy, but it's beautiful. It's probably a better
Frank
cover.
Miller, man. Frank Miller's impact, big. One of my favorite villains.
Oh, he's got
Yeah,
that
I
one
know
too. Shit, you know, it's
Bullseye.
bullseye. I don't know which one I like better. How about you guys? You like Electra or bullseye?
I like Electra better, but I actually like the Bullseye one too.
Damn.
Bullseye has more of an impact, I
What's
think.
that? What's that go for, Doc?
First Sabretooth, 2, maybe.
That don't seem too outrageous to me. That
Yeah.
seems about, that
You know,
seems
the
good.
books, these all come down. This is too hard to get in the 9/8.
Sheesh.
Really?
Oh, it's crazy number. It's like 27,000 or something for 9.8.
Oh really? Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
Well, it's the black, right? It's
More like-
makes it hard
More
when
like
the color
10,
breaks.
honestly, bigger, but still a lot.
Oh, I thought I looked it up. I thought it was 20 some, but okay.
Wow.
It probably went down. I don't know.
15.
Jonah's
Jonah's
got my back.
gonna
It's a little
keep you.
higher than we thought. Yeah.
It's issue 133.
134.
134. Sorry, 133 is the first.
That's the one you were talking about the other day. Yeah.
Yeah. First.
Oh, 9.8
Oh,
Phoenix. Good golly. That's a Cockrum?
Cockrum, yep.
Yeah.
I'm on Cockrum.
What is it, Jonah? I think it's about 15 or 17 at least, right? For that.
34,
Jimmy?
134. Love me. We'll see. Hopefully, John Stewart hits.
Damn.
I'm
It's 10,000.
hopeful the trailer looked okay. I thought.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are shitting on it because they're not flying around and doing stuff, but I really like the trailer.
You liked it? Okay.
Yeah.
I did like it. I liked it, man. I like me a story, and they're gonna do some stuff. There's no way they're just gonna walk.
Yeah,
around.
I mean there was blown up things, so stuff
Yeah.
happens. Yeah.
Oh.
more Gil
Eric,
Kane
you know
goodness.
did that one, right, Doc?
What's that?
You know did that cover.
Oh yeah,
All right.
Big Daddy Kane.
That's right. The Bronze Bomber.
I swear you guys throw it. Try to do it just to get to me.
Oh,
Kane.
Damn, another
Kane.
Good
God. Another Kane. Got this from the old Stray Flexing a while back.
Wow.
It's almost like clockwork at this point.
I think I showed this before. The real first appearance of Hulk.
Does it? What does it say on the first? It just says cameo, or does it say
It
first?
says, sorry, I have to read it on the back. The first appearance of Wolverine cameo on last page.
Oh, okay.
That's
so
worded pretty good.
this is a custom made. And I just couldn't help upgrade on this one. I got to get it recased because it ain't a very good case. But
What we got here? Is that a 9.8?
yeah,
That's a 9.8. Oh,
Wow.
so that's
You
a
don't
pretty
do
big.
that
Cover.
all the time.
I don't think I've ever seen a 9.8.
81
Yeah.
white pages.
Wow.
Now, with the story on that, we
It's
said it
very
a million
nice, but,
times.
You know, I don't mind it, but when it on this side when it shows the white, to me that makes it a little less. When it wraps around, you can see the white. So when you can't see the white, I mean, you can barely. I mean, yeah, you really can't. That's what I really love in a book.
A perfect copy of the first Wolverine. That's badass, man.
Yeah.
Beautiful book.
Amazing.
And it's down. You know, it's not. Now's the time to buy 9/8 and help whatever you want. It is
Right.
down. So
Okay.
I traded.
All
I
right.
traded a bit for that. I didn't just.
Well,
fork.
I didn't get to join in. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
Oh,
Top it.
man.
Hold on.
Three
Oh, you should have
people
said
now.
it. What
You
the
might
hell,
have to-
I
Alan?
was like,
How many
well, I
copies
had
are there
one
even
copy.
there?
So there. So we have 3 of the census, like 3 of the
That's
copies.
crazy.
Of the census. I don't
You
even
wanna-
think there's that many on the census. I think it's like 20 or
Steppo,
something.
you have yours in hand. We can throw.
You guys want to do it again? Let's try it again.
I already put it away. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I just,
Oh,
there's my copy. Mine has
well,
really
I had
good color
I had
shade,
mine ready, Alan.
but okay. Oh well, it's okay.
Oh, I took the camera off. I tell you the truth, man. All the people in the chat just kind of got my fluttery going. I was just like, geez, why is everybody watching us? But thank you guys. Anybody else got anything they want to show before we go?
Oh, I had a couple, but I mean, I didn't.
Tear it
want
up,
to-
Matt.
Come on, Matt. Let's see it. Matt, I appreciate that you're
Fox and
still
the
awake
Crow
because
one.
sometimes it's a little late and you work hard and you
This one-
spend all that time on Alan's show too. So it's good to see you this late.
What am I, chopped liver?
No, you're a night owl.
You're
Plus, you
also
live-
three.
Plus,
You're also
you
at
live in
7:30.
Japan
Yeah.
practically.
You're also 3 hours behind me.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Okay,
saying.
if you want to get technical.
This is December, January 51, 52. I always loved that they never put number 1 on the covers of the books in that period. You know, there's no number 1, but of course, you know, with number 2.
You're so enamored with
number.
those Fox and Crows, Matt, dude. I love it.
Well,
Well,
you know
that's
what?
a
I
big
just
deal.
got them.
Those are
I'm
rare
having
books.
fun. And then I'm going to show this unusual pair. We got this, and we got this.
Ooh,
Oh, nice.
That's
I'm
absolutely-
relieved that's the pair you were talking about, Matt.
Yes, well. Wait, no, it's cool. I bought this for $20 once as a reading copy, and then I was lucky enough to get this. So,
I have that reader copy. I have that Silver Age. I have a copy of those. Those are fun.
This is stuff, by the way. This is stuff I found as I was like filing away a bunch of books this week. This is my copy of Superboy and the Legion of Superheroes 209.
Oh,
It is signed by both Mike Grell and Jim Shooter, who were the writer and artist.
Oh,
Wow.
Nice.
And I got it. The key is these autographs. I got them in person.
nice.
I managed to meet both people.
I would put that in a nicer Mylar, a double. I mean, one of the,
Yeah, I know.
3 mil,
I found it
the
again.
3
so
mil Mylar. I would put that in
I'm
for sure.
going to now because I found it. I had like 700 books around that I had to file.
Jim Shooter's passed away, right?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
recently, yeah,
But Mike Grell's still alive, right?
Mike Grell is still kicking. Yeah. See here. This is just funny because I've seen 3 other channels this week show this book.
Stupid man.
Yes, it's just it's a parody. It's about the death of Superman. I'm not kidding. I've seen like Eric
No,
from
that's a
Side
cool
Quest
book. I
showed it.
actually might pick that up just because I like it.
I like this book because it's a first appearance of a minor character that
Oh,
was
yeah.
actually used for a couple of years in
I
Action
actually,
Comics.
that book is in my next unboxing.
Very
It
cool.
doesn't count. Matt has it right here. Well
I have
done,
it right
Matt.
here too, but it's I can't show it.
This one I got recently, and I just really like the cover. It's like Superman has been transformed into that snake-like creature by red kryptonite, and Supergirl is riding it while the army shoots kryptonite at it because they don't know it's Superman. They think he's destroying the statue, but Superman is trying to tell them that it's me. This is who I am. Don't, I'm good. I'm not wrecking
Love it.
everything.
Matt, who was Supergirl's big brother? Was that Bob Cobb?
No. Supergirl's big brother was a book that was just one of those weird one-off stories that was, I think he ended up
Typical
being
Silver Age, no continuity, just crazy story.
Exactly, just crazy
Yeah,
story.
yeah,
She also had a little brother at one point and a baby to look after.
yeah. There was no concept of continuity in
Yeah.
the 50s.
And this is just
I gotta go, guys. I'll talk to you guys later.
Okay.
Bye,
thank you.
Alan, take care.
Bye, Alan.
Later,
This
bud.
is here because it's a fun cover. It shows the wonderful relationship between Lois and Superman that it's the most warmest relationship ever. In
Well,
the
she
Silver Age.
was the one in bondage more often, so we appreciate it when she gets
Yeah.
a turnaround there, right?
May I just make the observation? Matt, hold that up if you would, please, just for a second.
Mhm.
The code would not allow a whipping to occur on the cover. So to get around this, that's Kurt Swan, I believe.
No, this is Schaffenberger.
Schaffenberger, okay, Schaffenberger. To get around that, they put a dummy on the wall, so she is lashing the dummy
That's great.
instead of actually lashing Superman. So she's lashing the dummy, so they get away with it by doing that.
I
Yeah.
mean, the reality is the dummy's probably suffering more than Superman would.
Superman is the dummy on
Yeah.
Video Aid. And this is a book that just represents like what I can't believe. Like you talk about the silliness of the Silver Age. How is it that everybody on Earth manages to find a way to go to Krypton at the right time? Here we go. Action Comics. The Earthman who saves Superman's life. He's saving him as Kal-El, like is the baby from a snake bite on Krypton. And he's just some Earth scientist that figured out a way to go back in time and space.
And how is Superman watching this on television? How does that work?
The guy, this of course is like 20 years ago, right? Like what happened here. The scientist is older and dying and tells Superman about it, and Superman, by his total recall, remembers the guy. Now that he remembers the snake bite, right? So
Nice.
it's just one of those silly little stories, but
You got to suspend your disbelief.
yeah. And I just like, and speaking from that Krypton thing, so Lois Lane somehow gets to Krypton and decides to try and steal Jor-El from Lara.
What was the reasoning behind that she had to do that to try to get home, or what?
She thought if she stole Jor-El, she could be able to, hang out with Kal-El and get him as a baby to like her, because at this point the Kal-El was born. Like this isn't but she's just and that's why Lara's fighting, because how dare you hussy go after my husband, right?
Well,
But-
Lara sure got her figure back in a hurry.
Well, yeah, it's Krypton, right? Plus, it's comics. But it's
Yeah,
just really
indeed.
funny. It's just really funny because she thought that she could influence him as a baby. So we're talking about this is grooming at the highest scale.
Who did the art on that one?
This is again Schaffenberger.
That's a
Schaffenberger.
nice. Lois has a nice pair of legs on that one. I mean, he did a good job.
Yeah. Schaffenberger did the majority of Lois books in general. Once the 60s hit,
All right.
and that's what I brought tonight.
Fair
It's
enough.
just
Excellent, man.
I'm gonna jump in on this. Show some books before we go. I got my $5 Jimmy 134.
Oh yeah,
nice.
great find in the wild.
Pretty nice copy.
Excuse me.
That's my best $5 book I ever bought. My newest book I got in my collection. It's been a little while, but
Ooh,
got my Falcon.
so good.
Nice.
And that book is really hard to get in high grade. Actually,
John
it is
Romita Sr.
9/8 of that go for way more than a lot of other Silver Age keys because there's none.
My Star Wars. 5.5.
Bleak still here?
No. Yeah, he is. Yep. And my Sabre tooth.
Oh yeah.
Very cool.
6.5. All right. Well, we had fun tonight. Some of us just kind of sat back in awe and checked out the guys go. But
Hi, Russell.
Who dat has some books?
who
Come
that?
on
You
now.
got something? That's
Who
good.
dat?
Yeah.
Hi, who dat? How's the count on Bonnie? I voted 3 times.
She's currently in second place.
Nice.
For people who don't know this, my daughter's entered in America's Favorite Student, where they get a chance to meet Bill Nye, the science guy. I'm trying to pull it up right here. Bill Nye, the science guy. They get featured into Reader's Digest and win $20,000 to go towards like any field in like school
Field of study.
Field of study, and she wants to do continue like with her talented art, her drawing and stuff like that. It's because she's already in talented art. She wants to do some art classes and summer classes, stuff like that. So hopefully we got it. How it works is the top 20 moves on. I don't know what happens after this 5 day. We got like 6 days left. But currently I just checked it. She's sitting at second place.
All right.
And so we keep the momentum. She should be moving on to whatever the
And you can
finals
vote every
is.
day, right?
You can vote every day for free if you have a Facebook. If you don't have a Facebook, the only other option, they do give options to people to donate to, because it's actually, this money goes to the Planetary Society. So it's not if you donate, it's not, it doesn't, you don't know where it's going, but it's actually, and you can actually use it as your tax write-off if you don't have Facebook and you want to do it that way. Because because I can't vote because I set it up for her, but they let me donate. So they send me an email saying, thank you for the donation, blah, blah, blah. So it gives you track of like your, donation if you do want to do it as a tax write-off. So that's a little good thing, because it is that. But she's currently in second. I think a lot of people who helped and contributed and talked about it, because I had a group on Facebook. They shared it. And Astonishing Auctions, and all my friends here, I've shared it with multiple people and groups. So do appreciate everybody taking the time to do that. So now let's show some comics. But
Awesome.
you can vote every day. You can vote every day for free.
And Canadians vote?
Yes, everybody can vote. Doesn't matter. So here's some stuff. I picked up like a little collection. It's gonna be coming in like 3 parts.
Ooh.
But what's so funny is when you spend money, all of a sudden something happens. So I spent a lot of money on this little collection of stuff, and the refrigerator went out. So people are gonna get good deals whenever I put all the stuff for sale. So I picked up this book. This was part of it. So first Rogue, I think first Mystique cover. So you got that was in there. You got some Dave Stevens. This one is a little bit lower grade than he said, but he looked like he's gonna give me a little some money back on it. But I got Dave Stevens.
I love that
World
book.
4. That one. This one is a little bit better than I thought, so that was good. Vanguard 2. Dave Stevens. That one. This I picked up, and I like when you get stuff and you kind of got stuff for the PC. So I picked up this copy. I thought I had, I got this one in there, and I thought I had it, but I didn't. Well, I think I do, but I don't think my copy is as good as this one. So whenever I find it, I'll probably sell my lesser copy, because this one's pretty high grade. But the good thing about this one is it has one of the old school Mark Jewelers.
Nice.
Cardboards. So I was like thrilled to find that, to find these books with the Mark Jewelers in high grade. And that's going to be, because I've been collecting the Power Man, the Run, and first was Heroes for Hire, then Power Man and stuff like that. So happy to have that. Then I picked up a set of this one because I got a 9.9 right here, but picked up a high grade set. Well, issue 1's probably a 9.0, but Gears of War is going to be coming to Netflix, I think. So
Wow, those are cool.
I like them. Yeah, these are all, and it's hard and not hard to get high grade because if it gets dinged, you can't really press these books out because of the paper. It's like a cardstock almost.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so but I'm gonna let issue 1 go probably this week, and I'm gonna keep the other ones. That was a little investment book. Then the guy had a set of these. These are like, I think issue 1's the only one that might be like an 8.5, but the rest of them like 9.0 or better. And he had a whole set of 1 through 8 of Human Torch. Like the 2 through, I want to say 8 are like 9.0s. And they were really, really nice. So can't wait to get the 2 boxes. I think I
How
got-
much
yeah, I think it's
that
2
run didn't go very long, did it? The Human Torch run?
I don't think it went really long, and I looked up this like 1 through 8. It's like $180 if you want 1 through 8. It's like Jesus Christ, but you know, it didn't go long, and it's not easy to get high grades of these because when it came out, people were reading them. So that's some Bronze Age goodness, and they had a sale on Instagram. Elite Comics 11 did like their AdCon, and I was able to find a book for the PC, and then I added a book because if you spend $100, every $100 you spend, you get like an entry in to win some extra books. They had this book. It's awesome. Steranko. I think first Eric the Red, if I'm not mistaken. But this is a really nice condition. Probably like a 7.
Yeah,
It's really nice.
that has a nice color strike.
Really, really nice colors. I was like, he graded it a 6, and I'm thinking it's a 7. Biggest issue is like right there. But I think it's the colors and everything. It looks really, really nice. So we'll see. But I had 7.5s that look worse than this. And this is the book I actually picked up for myself. Eventually I'll upgrade it. But I think it's a 6.0 as it is. You know, my ultimate goal is to get a 7. So first Black Manta. As I collect the African American and female characters, so I got Mira. Now I have Black Manta. Aquaman issue is a 35.
Man, I love that. That cover is just so cool.
So really nice colors on this. It just has some little minor stuff. That's why it holds it down, like a little issue here, a little chip there. It's probably the biggest issue, but still think it'll be a 6.
That Nick Carty Aquaman run is a bargain, honestly, for how awesome the books are.
Oh yeah, I was surprised to get that. I had another book. Oh, shout out to Boston Chris. I had a waffle and he actually won. So
nice. The fix is in.
He went no. He bought half of the spots, I think.
He bought it.
I had 8. I had 18 spots total. He bought 9.
Yeah.
Okay, so that gives him a coin toss. Yeah, that's a coin toss.
He said if I win,
can't call it a fix then.
No. He says he even told me, he's like, if I win, I upgrade my copy. If I lose, I'm okay. But he was like, I don't want to buy 1 spot. He's like, he wanted to get half of the spots.
I've done that a few times and got schmoed, so I learned my lesson. I won 1 time with a Spider-Man book that was good, but I tried a couple more times and I learned the very valuable lesson.
Forgot to show this, baby. I found, like, digging through my collection. I forgot I had this. It needs a press because books have been laying on it. But this is one of the early appearances of Death, I think.
Ooh, look at the color on that.
War as hell.
Yeah, that's the first Death. Yeah, it's good.
They graded it so low just because books laid on it, so it has like that little dentation.
I think that might be a Gil Kane too, actually.
It doesn't break color at all. So I think, honestly, when I looked this book over, I think it could press to like in the 9s, and they graded it like a 6. Like there's nothing else wrong with it besides that little, like from when you lay a whole bunch of books on top of each of it.
Yeah, sometimes even if they're in a box of comics and it has, they'll do that even sometimes. It's tough.
So I think I forgot I had this one, so I'm happy I have it. I like this cover. Bought it from Torpedo, and they're kind of notorious for very hard graders. So that was a cool little thing, and I think I got one little slab left. Maybe I'll show a little upgrade. I did an unboxing. I wasn't feeling well, so I didn't last that long. I got like a sinus infection. My wife is dealing with the same thing. So yeah, we got this weather, like going from hot to cold, is killing us. As you can hear my daughter call. So I was upgraded this one. I had a 9.0, sold my 9.0 because I bought this one. This was a white pager. The only thing is, I guess they forgot to cut the inner well because it's like over. It's like you kind of see the little line. That's the inner well.
Yeah.
The book's not up there. It's just it's extra long. So
Weird.
yeah, it's weird. It doesn't affect the book because I looked very good because I was going to message the guy who did. But no, the book's in the right spot. The inner well's not in the right spot. And but mine was a 9.0 off white to white. This one's a 9.2 white. So yeah, that was a good win. Good win. But I think that's all the new stuff I had. Oh no, I forgot to show this one, Biggie. I don't think I showed anybody this one. I finally got a 9.8.
Hey.
Well done.
So this is actually the comic that got me into reading comics. Because this came out in '93. I would have been 9 years old. The Simpsons was, I think, already on TV at the time. And then I saw they had a comic, The Simpsons, and then Bartman and all the different other issues. So that got me into other stuff like Turtles. Turtles followed literally at the same time as this one when I got reading comics. And then I got into other superheroes. So I was happy to get that to 9.8 for the PC. So just got to work on the other ones like Krusty the Clown and all those others, like those other side heroes. Little by little, though. Little by little.
Very good. All right, boys. Well, we had a very good show. I really appreciate everybody that came and watched. I really appreciate all you guys on panel. We dropped a link to everybody's stream channels in the chat earlier, so please go check them out. Thank you so much, Doc. It means a lot to me for you popping on when you do. And
Oh, my pleasure, man. Thanks for having me.
Steppo, really appreciate you coming. I love hearing you and Doc talk about the old books. It's just fun for me to hear you guys
It
talk.
was a pleasure to come on. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's good to hang out, Steppo. It's been a minute.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Alan
Matt made it all the way to the end.
and Matt didn't seem like he was not chipper. He was chipper the whole time. You know, he did great.
Who Dat, always great to hang out. Who Dat. And TM, I know you've been there, so
Yeah, I've been just quiet. I've been just listening
man.
and watching.
I'm glad you're hanging out, man. You just lurk. It's all good. Man.
Thank you, Matt, for dropping a link in Alan's chat. I know a few of those guys came over here, and thank you, Alan,
Who Dat
for
showing some little
doing that too.
niblets there, man. Niblets.
What was it? I missed it.
Just a little
Iron Man
Oh,
1.
yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. Gene Colan.
That book sucks.
Some people don't like
just
Iron Man 1. I think it's a
send that
beautiful
my way.
cover.
Who Dat. That's not
Okay, well, I was teasing. I think it's a great cover, but
Okay.
Not that bad. Jeez Louise.
Oh, there's his black cat. Yep.
Gene Colan, man. I love Colan.
Hey,
Well,
Russell. Hey, Russell. Tell me, what's the status of my special, whatever it is, Shang-Chi?
It's still received and scheduled for grading. That's why I haven't said anything.
Okay, I figured you'd say something.
I'm figuring. I'm giving them. I'm saying probably 10 more days because I looked at the turnaround times. It says 35 days for vintage, and it's only been. I'm using air quotes because they don't count it till they open it. It's only been there 25 days.
Only 25.
Yeah, that's why I said.
Well, I should be more patient. I really ought to be more patient.
But they had it. They've had it for at least probably the 35 or 40 days. They just don't open it immediately. That's their little. I talked about this before. That's their little go around. Their little thing they do. Doc knows. It's like you send them a book unless you do fast track or you do some
Walk through.
book. Yeah, walk through. They'll receive it, but they don't start the time until they say schedule for grade.
I dig.
It's very weird.
Matt, were you making a Chonko reference? Jason wants to know.
no, that wasn't a Chonko. But I did film a video this week that does reference Chonko's Silver Age.
Yeah.
His love of Silver Age.
Yeah, it'll air early in April.
How they suck.
He likes to stir up the hornet's nest,
You know something? As much as I've tried, I do like the Golden Age, and I love the Golden Age superheroes. But honestly, I'm a DC Silver Age guy. Always have been. I think it's because that's what I read, learned on,
That's
to
your
read
love,
with.
man. That's where you're.
You and me both, man. You and me both.
Good for you, man. Staying true. Shout outs to Chonker and Archivist. We missed y'all tonight, but we're gonna head out, man. We're getting long in the tooth. See y'all later. Pumpkin's here. So hashtag enjoy.
Big Biggie. Biggie.